that, you just let me know, okay? Something, but I will recognize that moment.
Okay, guys, we are going to
No, he starts to talk.
our tour guide, Mr. George.
Hello,
Georgie.
everyone.
Georgie. His name is Georgie.
Time check, 10:30 in the morning.
Okay, we are now currently at the very center part of Tbilisi, of capital Georgia. Basically, that's a Kala district.
Yeah.
Kala.
Kala, yeah. And because there had to be the defensive wall all around at the beginning of the roots of Tbilisi history. So that is the part what we are now living.
Yeah.
But when we will return, I think you've seen from that side the fragments of the old wall.
Yeah.
So that's the old wall. It's existing, like as far as I know, from 5th century. So 1,500 years before us. Our patriarch's residence on the left side, on the right side, casino. Casinos are a lot of casinos in Georgia because we are trying to build a kind of welcoming situation to everyone. Casinos are very popular, and we have a lot of them because I would say the main reason is that the Muslims, they are not allowed to have casinos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. Is there the casino?
Yeah, in Dubai there is no
So
casino. Yeah.
usually they come here to play, to enjoy, I would say. There are a lot of churches. Basically, all this territory on the right side is the part of big history, big culture, big. I don't know. Whenever we are making 3 days tour, especially if it's a food tour, we needed at least 3 days to get the kind of a little bit roots of Tbilisi to identify what it is all about, because Tbilisi has its big history and we really respect it. We try to take care of it. So while we are driving, please be direct about the questions. I love the questions. Me by myself, I'm always giving a lot of questions. Sometimes it's annoying for the people when I give a lot of questions. But I don't know, like there are different type of people, so I always love to get the effort in everything. And basically our point of Sandro and as we are together today is point that I always find it interesting to let everyone feel as a local here, It's a little bit difficult, it needs a huge time, but that usually I give all information what is essential for you to feel Georgia.
Yeah,
on the right side, that's River Gudauri. It starts its head from Turkey. Ends up in Azerbaijan. The river
Is it deep?
in some parts it's very deep. In some parts it's very deep. About that river, basically the River Gudauri divides Georgia, Tbilisi, capital city, in two sides. I would say, but it's east bank and west bank, left and right bank, basically. So, and all the way, this territory, what we are passing right now from the left side, there are super baths, and I would say the most prestigious and most expensive houses are located here, compared to all other parts of Tbilisi. That's the center, basically. So I would say, that's what I can tell you. The history of Tbilisi, as I told you, starts from 4th, 5th century, when our king moved it from old capital. Today we will cover up to 250 kilometers together way to the Gudauri. In Georgia we have 13 regions. 13. Out of these 13, 2 regions are occupied by Russia. That's an international problem, and international because that's support what we get from the international. Otherwise, we would be in problem. Before 1990, we we are going in one of the regions. That's in Tzchetam Tianeti. It's difficult to pronounce, but Tzcheta is the old capital, and Tianeti is the mountain, or it's a range, basically. So it's a Tzchetam Tianeti region. Our one of the most popular I would say, the visit place for the tourists as well, because, and not only for the tourists, for the Georgians, and it has its own reasons why it's so popular. And on the way, as we go, I'll give you all the info about that. Basically, there are many things what I can tell you about Georgia, and why Georgia. Basically, not only, maybe for some people it's just because of the price, because of compared to, but we proudly we say, and it's a fact nowadays, and all international, I would say, internationally it's agreed the oldest, not oldest, but oldest European skeletons, human bones are found in Georgia, all around Europe. I'm saying, not in Africa, the oldest person, human, found in Africa. Then the oldest one comes in Georgia, and
in all Europe, it's Georgian.
Yeah, in all Europe, it's Georgia. Yeah. So that's a skeleton of Zezwa and Musia in the National Museum, and the Tbilisi, it's a southern part of Georgia. It's international fact. Everyone have found it, and it's counted that our skeletons which we have found, these are the first Georgians. Homo georgicus it's called as well. Homo sapiens basically, but Georgians.
Homo sapiens?
Almost, yeah. It's our subject.
That's one very popular thing, I would say, kind of motivational things as well for me, for many of our people to be proud of our country, because population of Georgia is not very big. It's a 3.5 million nowadays.
Oh.
Who lives in Georgia.
All Georgia.
Yeah.
It's only for Georgians or also residents?
Residences, so we have basically by our constitution, whoever speaks Georgian and becomes gets the residency, then they are allowed to get the citizenship as well. But you need to know a little bit history, and there is a way how you get the citizenship, but it's not like this easy. So out of this 3.5 million people, I would say 300,000 up to 500,000 are non-Georgians, I would say, because Georgia was a part of the cross corridor for the big empires, Babylonian Empire, Sassanidian, Iranian empires, Ottomans, Arabs. So basically they were, for the history, if you go last 2,000 years, and even more there, let's say, a great fact that a lot of empires that they're kind of, let's say, interest to have the Georgia in control, to be the part, to have a control of it. But on the other way, it was not that much easy, because the moment when Georgia became as an entire country together, we knew how to survive, I would say. So for me, the region where we are going, especially in Tzchetam Tianeti, geographically, if you look at the Georgia, from the north side there is a Caucasus range going all the way from the corner to one corner to another. It means that from the north side we are fully covered with the Caucasus range, and we're gonna see Caucasus range and the highest mountains in second and third highest mountains in Europe. Second and third, yeah. So we're gonna see Caucasus range from different angles. We're gonna see it in Gudauri from there. We're gonna see it from the day after tomorrow. We have to Kakheti region, and so on. So I'll just give you now three information. One I already told. One I told you already. And the second one is that thing. You see that thing?
What's that?
that's a query.
What?
So,
Sorry?
What is that?
So it's a clay material. It's query. So we designed these queries, our ancestors, and even nowadays.
This is used for what?
When we for the fermentation of the wine. So the oldest queries, all around the Europe, world, are found in Georgia, and it makes a sense because most probably you heard that in Georgia there is a wine country.
Yeah.
So one of the main reasons that we are wine country, I would say, and we are biggest exporting wine country as well. We cannot compete by quantity to the Italy, to the Mexico, because they're little bit developed in that.
Yeah.
Because through our history we had a lot of ups and downs, and I will tell you the reason. So oldest query is just the name, what we call it, are found in Georgia. This one are just the prototype, small ones. So usually these ones can be the 200
Like
liters. They are usually kept in the every traditional house, I would say. On the bellow stage, they set it there, and after wine press, when you do the wine press and take a juice out of the any type of grape, you let the fermentation to go there. So there are some qualities in that, I would say the best quality comes out of the query, but you can do it in the glass as well. But for the fermentation and for the pure taste, queries are specially designed for that. So the oldest query found in Georgia is dated 8,000 years before us. So
8,000.
So it means basically Georgians are Orthodox mostly, but constitutionally every person who has any religion, we are welcome to every religion. And when we will go and be exploring Georgia, you will find out that we have even this place where you're standing next to that place, there are Muslims mosques as well. So kind of Georgia was always cosmopolitan, but we are not very strict to the religious issues, but we don't like this. It happens in the country as well that people are fighting to each other, between Christianity.
No. Kita na ako ng snow, guys.
Snow, right? What about the Philippines in the north side? Do you have snow?
No, we don't have.
Where? No. We are tropical country, so
No snow.
only summer and December.
Where have you been?
Only storm, typhoon. Yeah.
Storm typhoon, I know.
Yeah.
But
Anak ng Pasig naman kayo. Anak ng Pasig naman kayo. Geneva. Dito tayo sa Ilog Pasig. So,
A few moments later.
Put in
the name of
my
the
content.
place. Then next what happens? This settlement was down there. Then when they made this in the 1960s, they moved the people who were living down there. They moved it to the Ananuri and to that villages. And even now, even when they you see where the border is going of the water. You see, usually when the reservoir is full, it was full, but now it's decreasing all the
Low
time
tide.
because there is a contribution of the water to let
Yeah.
the engines work to make power, you know, and that's electricity. So
Hydro.
in Georgia, you can Google it as well. In Georgia, we have. Do you know how many rivers we have?
How many?
Once a guest told me like how many rivers the Georgians have. I just made it. I know there are many rivers. I said like 500, 600, and he told me. I asked the Google, and Google tells the answer that 25,000 rivers.
Oh my God!
Even small river, as it's a river. It's a part of the mainstream. It comes to the mainstream, but it's a river. So.
But the river have different names also.
Aragvi River is top 5 rivers of Georgia. Why? Because it's coming from the mountains, very clean. This water, after filtration, is joining the Tbilisi network of the water, and like 70% of the Tbilisians are drinking Aragvi water, which are filtered and so on. So,
But this river having fish.
yeah, for sure.
Normal.
Fishing activity. I have best fisherman, my cousin. We are best in that. So that's another way of
But
tourism.
which kind of fish you can catch in this?
Kalmar,
Salmon.
trout.
Trout. Salmon, no.
Salmon Romelia. Trout, red dotted trout is very tasty if you catch it in the river. Very difficult to catch.
Bird.
But there are a lot of fish you can find, not as big in you can find in Scandinavian countries or in the ocean for sure, not in the Finnish waters. But our fish is very difficult to catch, and you need to be.
But in the when you catch the fish, what kind of
Worm. Worm is the best.
Only worm?
No, not bread.
Sorry,
Not bread?
cow excrements, you know.
Yeah.
So when it gets dry, we use cow excrements to fertilize the different kind of
A few inches later.
and there are 3 churches here. Kessel, it was because what was happening here in the 7th, it was made have been built in the by the 16th, 17th century, and it had belonged to the lord of the local Eristavs. Like Eristavs were the people who were in charge of the people. As I told you, we had the dynasty of royal people, and not king was in charge of that place. He had someone who was in charge of that place. So
Like what we see in movies.
yeah. So this
Because I love historical movies. I love watching historical movies.
you watched the Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I'm watching now. I'm just
You're
on
watching that.
season
That's
5. I
great.
started
I
because
love it.
I love
I
it.
finished The Last Kingdom.
Usually, typically, all fortifications like
Yeah.
this and military construction and combination.
Yeah.
It's a mini city, and usually you see some things, and I will tell you what is what. So that's the main temple, main church of the Holy Maria. Georgia, we celebrate 2 times Holy Maria's Day. It's a birth and a death. So that one is for the death, because.
Not the December. August. Because we are celebrating the
28th of
birth,
August,
September.
20 of
yeah.
is a birth.
For us it's September. September 8th.
Because we have a
We
2
have
weeks
that 2 weeks,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah, so just it's a in Georgian that place totally called Ananuri school at assembly of churches and the military constructions together. Even some constructions of the old houses are visible, you know, but it's not very down yet. So then what you see below down there, that's new government have made the park. There is stadium there as well, stadium, basketball playing rally, parking area. Just they made it last year.
This is nice.
Yeah, new thing. Below down there, there is a one church as well.
Yeah.
There is a holy saint person who was good in medical things, and his church. So one church is down there. Another main temple is that one, and third one there is a as well. Basically, yeah, the three churches are here, and there are military constructions as well, fortifications, towers, and this time we have as well different.
Sa kami sa
Lager ka na pala. What is that?
Thousand years later.
tourism. Ayan na si Madam Sheena naglalakad sa snow. Medyo madalas lang. Ito-tour namin kayo. Napakalamig. Umuusok ako.
A few inches later.
So guys, dito kami may snow. Sarap siguro sa snow. Guys, nandun yung cable car. We will ride with the cable car as well. Guys, marami nag-skiing resort. Daming nag-skiing and cable car right away. Yeah, what's up guys?
Iba na siya. Dati dito na kami nasakay.
Cable car.
Wait, could you ask the pirates back?
You don't.
Oh, it's with Daddy.
Daddy, so no.
Ano, isang ikot lang ba?
Cable
No,
car.
I gave it to the.
Oh,
I gave it to
one,
my.
And Henry
No, 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 no.
stay all the way.
lamig talaga.
No, no, no. MXD.
I need to find one of
Ayan na.
Yeah, me too.
but they don't have it here.
Ilipat mo
I went to
kami.
ask in the morning. You have one of those that you just like
Ang sarap.
diving one.
Parang roller coaster.
Oh, I know the one that like they're just like.
No. It's not
Mais sur ses oreilles,
no. It's just
Sophie also. Oh,
it's
fine.
like one. No, it's like
Yeah.
the full vest is with a.
Lamig.
Oh yeah.
No, we move it totally and put it down.
Cable car. Everybody loves skiing.
We move it totally.
I need a snack.
Forgot my
See the
backpack.
snow.
They are here.
Yes.
They're here.
And green is before blue,
Ganda, oh.
right? Yeah.
Sa taas.
And what about the turquoise?
May snow.
There's
Oh, turquoise doesn't exist.
This doesn't exist.
Cloudy weather.
You have a tissue for me?
Cloudy weather.
Tissue.
Snow.
I'm trying to find one.
Alexi, honestly, I lost it. I was one that just going
Ganda.
in because she's new.
Ang gagaling ng mga bata, no? Galing nila mag-skiing, no?
Fast as snow.
Galing.
The thing is,
The guy that hits from
Skiing.
behind is guilty. Please.
she's inside.
Yan guys. As you can see, the cable car. The snow. Lamig na lamig si Ate Shingy.
Sakit ng kamay ko.
Namumula ang ilong.
I
Sakit.
slept twice.
Slippery when wet. The snow. I wanna build a snowman. Tara tayo na maglaro, mga bata. Ang ganda talaga. Babalik pa ba tayo dito? Balik ka natin. Mag-skiing pa to. Mag-aaral ka mag-skiing. It's nice to be back.
2,000 years later.
No, I would.
Like everything usually is clean, but
Hi guys, this is the house of Mr. George from Georgia. I would like to show you the glimpse of
it's like it's more of
CW.
worth it to work on the events rather than on the bookings because it takes commissions and so on. So,
Down there?
it's not like very big set place, but mostly everything is designed by our hands, you know.
yeah.
This street where you see, some of them are 40, 50, 60. That ones are up to 100 years old trees. That ones. So we shape it, we give them forms, and it's like very beautiful.
Very cozy. Cozy look. Elegant look. The mansion of Mr. George.
Not very unique, but it's like beautiful.
But it's
Oh.
very cold now.
So
Right now.
down inside there is a Russian sauna, and when you take a
Wow.
Russian sauna from there, you need to jump in the cold water. You don't feel that coldness, you know. In sauna, we warm it up for 100 degrees, and it's like it's a different way of journey. House we have is 7 rooms there.
Very nice place. Hi guys. Ito yung bahay, sa loob ng bahay ni George, our tour guide. Oh, I like
It's like a kind of a little bit modern,
yeah.
kind of something combination of